Hi, welcome to We Are Nacogdoches. It's the show where we explore the good things in our community and we get to visit with the people who are making it happen. I'm Kelly Augustine. I work at the Nacogdoches County Chamber of Commerce. And today I'm really happy to say we have a special guest with us, Mr. Juan
Oh my God,
Gonzalez.
special guest.
Yes, he
Uh-oh.
is. Juan, you have so many roles in our community. I
Mm,
mean, I'm going to mention that you work at Commercial Bank of
right, right,
Texas,
right.
but you also do so much with our Economic Development
Uh,
Corporation
mhm.
and the Chamber of
Right,
Commerce. I'm
right.
sure you do more in the community, and that's kind
Mhm.
of what I want to touch on
Okay,
today.
okay, let's do it for sure.
Juan, what have you done in the banking industry specifically? You're not originally from Nacogdoches. Give us a little background and how
Okay,
you got here.
okay, absolutely. I'll give you the abbreviated version.
Okay.
Born in Mexico, and my parents migrated to East Texas, went to Kilgore Junior College, and then transferred to SFA and graduated from SFA. And I have been in banking ever since. 5 years in Tyler, 10 years in Houston, and most recently now 9 years here in Nacogdoches.
Well, I'm glad you landed
Oh
here.
my God, it's good to be back.
We don't want to let you go. Now, I think it was through your work that you became involved in our Chamber of Commerce. Is that correct?
That is correct. That is correct, Kelly.
And give us a little information about what you learned while you were moving through the chamber and the activities you did with us.
Correct, correct. So I just moved back from Houston, right? And my manager at the time said, "Hey, have you thought about leadership Nacogdoches?" And I didn't know what it was. And he told me more about it, and I became interested. And being a student slash member of the leadership Nacogdoches class through the chamber really opened my eyes, Kelly, because that program is probably well known by our viewers, but that program, what it does is it puts community members in front of many aspects of our city. It kind of gives you a behind the scenes look into all these inner workings, the hospital, the schools, right? How the government works, right? And so it really opened up my eyes to, wow, all this stuff is happening right here in Nacogdoches. It's a 9-month program, right? And the class, I forgot the class size, it was maybe mid 20s,
Yes, yes,
right?
usually 25 to 30.
So not only did it put me in front of all these things happening in the city, but it also allowed me to connect with that special group of class members and the relationships that come after that.
Yes. Well, what I love seeing in you, Juan, while you were going through that
Hmm.
program was you really understood that there were places in our community where someone could plug in
Hmm.
and make a difference.
Right.
And I believe you took that into your workplace and your
Hmm.
personal life. I've
Hmm.
seen some things you've done with our EDC. You've
Hmm.
done some videos.
Right.
You've done some Spanish speaking
Yes.
instructions for
Yes.
business owners or
Yes.
encouraging them to look for the resources
For
that we
sure.
have.
For sure.
Talk about that a little bit. What is available for our small business
Oh my
owners?
God. And Kelly, here in Nacogdoches, there are so many organizations willing to help that next wave of entrepreneurs and business owners. So much resource that sometimes even our resources overlap one another, right? That's which is really good for me to see, because what that tells the community is that there is plenty of help out there. I think it's just a matter of individuals raising their hand and saying, "Hey, I need advice on this," or "I'm looking for this specific person in this industry." I encourage our viewers to visit the chamber, right? That's the central point for everything that they may need. And beyond the chamber, like the Economic Development Corporation, they also help those entrepreneurs in making those connections for the resources that they need.
Yes, in fact, I'm going to stick with Nedco for
Mm-hmm.
just a moment
Mm-hmm.
because annually you offer a come in, you invite
Yes.
the community to come
Yes.
in for a resource fair.
Correct.
And who would be in the fair area where they could talk to people that have been through it and come out
Okay.
successful and can mentor maybe
Okay.
even a business
That's right.
entrepreneurial person.
That's right. That's right. So I'm part of the entrepreneurship committee for Netco, and every year they have a business resource fair. It's a one setting event where we have existing business owners helping and mentoring the new wave of business owners. It's the most efficient 2 hours for anyone that is interested in getting advice, for example, on how to file or register your business name. What kind of permits or licenses may you need, right? Maybe you need to talk to a banker. Maybe you need to talk to someone in accounting. Those are the individuals that we will have at that business resource fair. And some of the names that will also be there will be someone like Sarah Carthel. We all know that she owns HTO, and what a great business, what a great story, right? Their family. So she is part of our guest at that entrepreneurship event. Should someone want to ask her questions directly? But it isn't just Sarah. It's also Brendan from Brendan's Barbecue.
Yes.
Right? What a great place to eat, and what a great story does he have. And he was so willing to be involved and be a part of this event. Dustin Beavers, right? Who needs no mention or introduction. We all know about Dustin and all the things that he does for the community too, and his bank. He's going to be part of that entrepreneurship committee, right? And so, in summary, it's an event where we bring existing business owners and connect them with the new wave of business owners.
Well, and I want to make a point that it is so welcoming. There should not be intimidation. Some people, I notice, because I've worked in the past as a greeter, and some might be a little hesitant to come into the Fredonia Hotel Convention Center.
Right.
But I don't want them to be.
No.
Because every one of those folks in that room are there because they want to help our new and upcoming business owners.
Yes, and I'm glad you said that, because last year, as mentioned, it's a come and go event. So you can either come and talk to specifically to the person that you want to talk to, or you can be at the entire event for 2 hours. And what's great is that we saw a good mixture of people that came in, maybe a little dressed up or business casual. And then we also had people that had just gotten off from work.
Sure.
Right?
Yes.
And that's the kind of environment they want to create, an environment where everybody's welcome, regardless of what you're currently doing. Regardless, yes, please come. These resources are available to you.
Yes. Speaking of new and upcoming business entrepreneurs, what have you seen in Nacogdoches? What's the change? How have we progressed?
Correct.
What have you observed?
Right. So being here 9 years, right, what I have seen is a steady growth in our town. I often call it a town in motion, right? It's not a fast, accelerated growth like you may find in Austin or Dallas or Houston, but it's a good, steady growth. And it's a good balance of big businesses, medium businesses, and small businesses. We're currently seeing it, with some of the projects that are going on in our town. And on top of that, we have I-69, right?
Right. New construction.
Right? The recent union between UT and SFA, right? That's also creating excitement here in Nacogdoches. So when you combine all those things together, I really believe that we have a good time frame of a minimum 5-7 years. But this is a good, maybe even up to 10 or longer, of things that are happening right here in Nacogdoches.
That's really exciting.
Mm-hmm. It really is. It really is.
It is, and it's good to be a part of it. So I understand you're bilingual.
See?
and we have such a wonderful variety of folks that are doing good things in the community.
Right.
You have resources as well for Spanish-speaking business owners.
Right.
We don't exclude anyone, do we?
No, not at all. Not at all. And I'll tell you where that comes from, Kelly. When my family and I moved to East Texas, there were American families that helped my family and I, getting clothes, finding us a place to stay, enrolled us in school. And as a child, I remember those experiences. Fast forward to today, I want to help and give back the same way those families helped me. And that's where all this comes from. East Texas was so welcoming to us at that time. And that's the spirit that we find here in Nacogdoches, right? So many individuals willing to help out. And so what is the best way that I can help my community? Well, I can also help in the language of Spanish.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Nowadays, most of the Hispanic community is able to understand the English language, right? But there's still a preference in some to talk in Spanish, right? And so what a better way to help that growing community.
You're right. And it's all about hospitality.
Man,
because when we're
yes.
working together, we're going to be stronger.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So Juan, if someone wanted to talk to you a little bit more, how would they get in contact with you?
There's a couple of ways, right? Most people nowadays prefer in person. My office is in downtown at the commercial bank, building.
Yes.
right there, right? But if you want to look up information about myself first, you can go to our website, our bank's website, cbtx.com. And within the website, if you just type Juan Gonzalez, you will find more information about myself, my background, and all my contact information.
Well, that's great, Juan. And I think we could even find you running around town.
Hey, let's
if
run.
we keep
Absolutely.
our eyes open.
Absolutely.
Oh, well, thank you for joining us. And
welcome.
thank you for joining us on We Are Nacogdoches, the show where we can explore our town.
This program is brought to you by the Department of Mass Communication at Stephen F. Austin State University, in association with the Nacogdoches County Chamber of Commerce, and with special thanks to the City of Nacogdoches.